welcome to this new video. I'm the PC Collector, and in today's video I'm going to bring you another returning computer for the last project of the year. I'm talking of the IBM Aptiva I restored in one of the previous videos. If you remember this replica case I made for it. Yes. A returning computer for this project. Why I'm bringing back this machine? Well, first because for some reason the card I was using as a drive stopped working, and also after investigating a bit, I discovered that this board could take an AMD K6-2 CPU I had lying around. So after lots and lots of testing and lots of reading and lots of making sure that I wouldn't blow up either the board or the CPU, I got it working with the K6 CPU. Why I decided to swap the CPU, which you can see here. If I take out the CPU cooler, you can see the typical AMD completely covered in metal CPU. Why I decided to do that? Because, well, I read in the manual which that this machine could operate with a higher ratios than the one they were running, so I was merely trying to overclock the Pentium MMX it had from factory, but I didn't manage to overclock it because apparently, depending on the settings and the CPU which is installed, it blocks the maximum ratio. So the 4.5 ratio is only achievable using the AMD K6 CPU. And then I learned that the K6-2 CPU was retrocompatible with conventional socket 7 boards. So I decided, why not? Let's try and see what happens. And well, it worked, as you will see soon. The first part is that you see that I have it open here. That's because I'm going to replace the card reader, and instead I'm going to use an SSD drive with a SATA to IDE adapter, which I successfully used previously in other computers. So let's see how it will work. My biggest concern is that it might not be able to boot with a drive so big. So just to be sure, before I remove the card reader, I'm going to test if the BIOS properly detects the reader. If it does, I'll merely place the card reader here, the drive here where the card reader is. But yeah, the drive is already configured as primary master, because because those converters have a selector for master and slave. So yeah, it's time to check if it works. It seems that it is capable of booting without locking up. So I'm going to effectively replace the the card reader. With a drive, with an SSD drive. It seems that it can only read 8 GB. Okay, I'll check once Windows is running. So now I want to put it just like the previous drive was, using those holes here. Now I think yes. No. No. Maybe. Close enough. One good thing about SSD drives is that since they don't vibrate nor anything, you don't really have to care too much about fastening them properly. As long as they don't fall, that's more than enough. Okay. Well, now it's time to trying to get this running. So I'm going to run Windows 98 like the previous time, because with the overall specs, even with Even with replacing Windows 95, even replacing the K6, even replacing the Pentium MMX with the K6, I'd say that the performance still won't be good enough for Windows 2000. Puesto. Now I'm having a problem because I don't find the Windows 98 disk. It wouldn't be a big problem because I could burn another one, but it's still annoying. What the hell is the Windows 98 disk? Okay, my Windows 98 disk has disappeared. If I write the command properly, it might even work. Yes. One. Yes. Yes. What's my Windows 95 disk? Windows 98 disk. What it is? Or it is? Or it is? Where it is? Where's my Windows? Where's my Windows 98 disk? Well, my Windows 98 disk disappeared. Okay. While I get a new disk, let's get this formatted. Yes. Well, this is going to be really fast. What the hell is my Windows 95? My Windows 98 disk. It has disappeared. Okay. So we're going to be in the need of a moment while I burn a new copy of the disk. I already have Windows 98 disk ready for start the task. Or that's the theory. Apparently it has already installed the drivers. Because I have sound, I apparently have sound and video. Okay, I'll have to check the sound using a couple of speakers. Apparently everything's working. Apparently it only allows to use 8 GB. Well, it could be worse, I suppose. Well, since apparently everything else works, I'm going to install the Windows 98 drivers for USB. So, apparently it is ready. So I suppose this is the moment where I should start comparing it with the performance it gave with the original Pentium MMX. although I already think that it has taken less time to install. Okay.